Yesterday I gave the wool a good soak and I rinsed it this morning. It's not completely clean, as you can probably see, but I think it's clean enough to start a solar dye experiment. I have 6 of these pots and I'm going to rinse the wool one more time. Then I'm going to make an alum solution and I'm going to use 1 pot with alum, 1 pot with vinegar and 1 pot natural. And the dye stuff I'm going to use is goldenrod and tansy. Here we have the goldenrod and this is tansy. And first of all I'm going to make a solution with alum. I'm going to put the wool through my salad cleaner, shaker, mixer, dryer, and so that there's not much water left in them and I can weigh it a little bit better. I'm not sure how much wool I'm going to dye exactly, because they say that about 10 grams alum on 100 grams wool, and I think that wool should be dry. It's just an experiment, I'm just curious. We will just let this dissolve. The ones that I'm preparing for the tansy with alum and the goldenrod with alum, they are going to get half of this each, I think. Like I said, it's not exact science. And then some water. This is just cold tap water, also to cool the water from the alum. Someone said to layer it a little bit, so a little bit wool, and then some dye stuff. We will top it off with water. And then we close the lid. And that's pot number 1 that's going to sit outside. I'm going to have I'm going to make a little label with what's really inside of it. I made 3 little piles of the tansy. I'm going to take out the... Aw, poor thing. Can you see it? There's a ladybug in there. I almost put it in the pot. I'll just go and take this one outside. Just a moment. Alright, let's continue. So I made 3 sort of same piles. And I've added some wool. I'm going to add some tansy. And then we close the lid. And I've made 2 little tags. That's one and the other one. And on to the next. In this one I'm going to add about 50 milliliters of vinegar. And then we repeat the process, a layer of wool. repeat with the goldenrod. And in this one it's only going to be water, so no mordant. I also put on the date. It's the 24th of July today. And I am going to put these in the sun, as much as there is of it. And, well, we'll just keep track on how it's doing. These are the results of my solar dyeing experiment so far. As you can see, this one is the brightest. And that is the goldenrod with alum. That is why I'm also going to use it now, the alum. Because the vinegar and goldenrod and vinegar didn't do as much. Maybe I'm going to add some more vinegar, see if it'll help, but I don't think so. The tansy and vinegar also didn't do much, and the tansy and alum, well, some, not much. And the pure ones, well, I'm afraid they didn't do anything at all. Good morning. First of all, sorry about the sound of our little pond. It's on a timer, so I can't just shut it off at the moment. Just bear with me. Okay, I have the results of my solar dyeing here. It didn't do much. This is the goldenrod pure. Not much color. Just a very soft shade of green, shall we say? And here we have the goldenrod and vinegar. I don't think it looks very appetizing in there. I wonder what the smell is going to be as I open up the jar. And here we have the alum with the goldenrod. Bright yellow. I hope it's that the wool has really taken on this color and it's not just the water, but I think I'm okay there. And then for the tansy. Well, tansy and natural, absolutely nothing. And the tansy and vinegar didn't do as much. Just, well, some slight green thingies in there, but not really color. And then this is the alum and tansy, and that did do something. It turned out a little bit yellow. So I'm going to get a really big pot and throw everything in it. And we'll just wash it out and see what the results will be in the end. I will start with the goldenrod first, and then after that we'll do the tansy. Oh God. Doesn't really look very nice. Maybe I didn't put in enough water or something. Oh God, if only you could smell this. This is horrible. Okay. Yeah, there is some color in here. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there is some yellowing of the wool there. So I'm going to rinse this a little and see what we get. Here I have water with wool wash. And I'm going to separate as far as I can the goldenrod. Okay. Is it always this bad with solar dyeing? I've never done this before, so the one with alum. Oh yeah, that was the natural one. This is the one with the vinegar. And here too we have some color. A little bit yellowing. I'm going to put everything from one color in the tub. So this one is going in there as well. Oh, that water's yellow. So it's definitely the alum that works best. And smells best. This one doesn't stink at all. Well, let's rinse. Oh, and this is just cold water, by the way. So I will leave this to soak for a while and I'll start on the tansy dye pots. The pot with only water and tansy and wool. Doesn't smell as bad as the goldenrod. But the flowers are disintegrating completely. Well, I really do not think that you could call this colored. Next, the alum. Oh no, sorry, the vinegar. This just looks like washed wool. And then we have the one with the alum mix. Some brown on top. A little bit of color here. Some yellow. So, same as with the other one, I'm going to rinse all this in a solution with a little wool wash, which I'm going to make now. I'm going to just put this in here. It really doesn't smell as bad as the other one, so I'll just keep it with one wool bath, leave it to soak. And in the meantime, I've got a whole lot of cleaning up to do. Here are the dry results of the dyeing with solar dyeing with the tansy and the goldenrod. Tansy. And I'm not sure if I'm going to process the rest of the wool. It looks like this at the moment. So there is some yellow from the solar dyeing, but the rest, and it still smells after 5 washes. Same for the goldenrod, a little bit less, but still it smells and it won't go away. So I'm just not sure what to do with it. I can comb some of it out and I can card some of it and see what it does. This doesn't smell as horrendous. This is fine, but the pure one that only had water and the tansy in it, well, it rotted. The tansy rotted. And no, it just... So, I think I'm going to process the yellow floofs a little bit and maybe the yellow floofs from the goldenrod, and we'll just do what we can. I have a little finger guard because I have to protect my finger from this. This is a flicker brush, and in order to process this wool, I'm not going to card it immediately. I really want to comb out the floofs first a little bit. So I take a few floofs, make sure I have all the tops in the right way and the ends in the other way. And then I just comb out those little points. The tips of the hair are a little more yellow, but also more brittle because of the sun. So unfortunately, you take out some of that, and I really can't do anything with that. There's a bin below, so don't worry, I'm not dropping it on the floor. And like this, I can card it a little bit better. So I'm just going to process this, and I'll get back to you then. Well, this was about all I managed to salvage from the yellow fluffs. And well, while processing that, even that started to smell a little bit. It's the Swifter, and well, I just don't know what to do with it. If you have any ideas, please let me know. I am going to card this now, see if we can get a little bed from it. The staple length is just so long. I'm going to cut this twice. And I sort of pre-draft while doing that, so most of the fibers are going to lay in one way. And here we have a beautiful little bed of solar dye with tansy on a Swifter wool. And now it's time to tackle the wool that I have dyed with the goldenrod. Very bright yellow points in there. I'm afraid I'm going to comb them away a little bit, but still some VM. There are also some strange colors in this dyed wool. This almost looks purple. It's a very strange lock. There are some more of those strange little things. Like I said, the smell isn't as bad as the one that I've dyed with the tansy, but I think I'm not going to bother with these very small parts. I'll just start combing it out, and then I'm going to card it. And I think it will be quite the same as the one that I've dyed in the pot. But we'll just see. And that was only pass one. I think I'm going to card it twice or 3 times. But I do like the hard yellow points in there, but I think I'm going to lose them when I card it the 2nd or the 3rd time. But it definitely needs more carding. Yes, still a lot of VM in here, but the fibers are so much more lined already. I think I'm going to leave it like this because I do like the dark and lighter spots. Here's where the solar dyeing and the pot dyeing experiment ends, with the completion of all what I wanted to card, I did card. And like I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the leftover fluffs. I'll just keep it in a bag, and I'll see what I can come up with to do with this. I have already shown you the results of the tansy and goldenrod dyes, solar dyes. And I have since then learned that you should use the whole plant from the tansy to get a more saturated result. So I will do that next time. The next video will be pot dyeing with goldenrod and tansy. And I hope to see you there. Bye bye!